Welcome to another Pilates workout. My name is Kristin and I am excited to teach you a great mat workout today. Remember that Pilates is stretch, strength, and control. So focus today on those three principles or movements. So we can focus a little bit more on what your body needs for yourself today. There is one thing that we're going to add as a small prop. So just take a little moment to either grab a small hand weight if you have one. I'm using like a little sandbag weight of 5 pounds. Again, the weight's not as important, but that you actually are able in this exercise we're doing to be able to move an object. So it can't roll away from you, but if you have a bag of rice or a bag of dried beans, something like that, that you can grab. For climbers, I'm using the sandbag as a way so that when you are using the sandbag to grip and hold on to it, it's going to develop that strength and grip strength for you. So, and you can create one at home. Grab some sand, hardware store, put it in a Ziploc bag, or make something like this that you can seal easily. So something like that will work for today. Again, reminding you that have something supportive for rolling exercises on your spine. So anything that's, again, padded for your back for spinal support. Again, if your neck tends to angle back a little bit and tilt too far, grab a hand towel, and you can use that to just prop your head up a little bit so that when you're on your back for some of the exercises, you have some support. So again, focus on stretch. What do you need more? Strength in this exercise or more control in the exercise today? And again, variety in Pilates is great. I'm always changing a little bit of the workout. There is a routine to Pilates. However, just to give you a little flavor of different exercises that I'm going to insert and take out. Again, just do what's best for your body. Eliminate something that doesn't agree with you. Pick it up at the next exercise. I will do the best to modify when I can. Okay, so let's begin. We're going to start on our mat. Let's go a little bit. Sorry, a little bit higher up. All right, if you would like to attempt to lower down to the mat in a standing position, this is how you begin. Your Pilates workout is in Pilates stance. So again, reminder, heels together, toes apart. It's the inner thighs, the lower abs, and all of that zipping up together helps you create that powerhouse, which is that cylinder from your rib cage down to about your mid-thigh. Okay, so we stand here. I know you can't see me, but you're going to take one hand and cross one hand over the other like that, standing tall. Pull in and up with your powerhouse muscles. Take one leg behind you, and you can slowly, pulling in your abdominal muscles and staying tall, lower yourself down to the ground. Okay, and then we're going to uncrisscross those legs, plant those feet. We're going to just keep them bent for a moment as we roll all the way down to your mat. And here's your opportunity to take those nice inhalations and exhalations in and out of the nose. And we're working on trying to, again, get the surface area anchored into the mat. So either legs bent or straight. And you're going to breathe in and deeply exhale all of that air out. Breathe in and exhale that second breath out. And last breath in. And empty all of the air out. Okay, again with the 100, we're going to bend the knees first. I'm going to show you different positions for the legs again. Again, this is the main event. It's the strengthening and keeping the abdominal muscles engaged to support your back in that exercise. And if you can keep the head up the whole time for 10 breaths, that's the other goal of this exercise. So we're going to tuck the knees, plant the feet, lift up the upper body, and we're going to begin pumping. You want a straight arm. You want to start at the hip. You want to lift above the hip a few inches and come down right to that hip. Here I can start with my legs in a bent position, eyes on stomach. You're pumping with a purpose. You can start to lower them to your working angle. So let's do 3 more breaths. Wherever you're at. And bend your knees in, lower your head down, and plant your feet back again. So we're going to roll up slowly again, grabbing onto the backs of our legs, lifting our chin into our chest. And curling up slow. And again, this very good exercise to do instead of a sit-up is to do the roll-up. So we're going to roll back slowly to stretch the spine. I'm pulling belly button the spine, curling down slow, trying to get every vertebrae that I can in order to my mat. I'm about tips of my shoulder blades, and then I'm going to exhale and roll up. And notice that the slower you go, the more you can concentrate on it, and the deeper you can get into finding where those areas in your abdominal muscles or your back need the most attention to stretch or strengthen. And curl up. And usually when the going gets tough a little bit, take that exhale. So inhale first. This is our last one halfway down. Really stretching that low back. About halfway. And I can use my hands again to create a little bit of that tension to help me roll up if I get a little stuck. Okay, so from here we're going to just progress a little bit more. We'll roll back again. I'm going to keep my legs bent. But as I lift my arms up to the ceiling and I bring them back overhead, you're going to pull your ribs down in the opposite direction. So I don't want to arch my back. I want to really pull everything down and then to the ceiling with my arms. Again, without momentum. And just do what you can and meet yourself where you're at. You don't have to go all the way down. We'll go again for that roll back one more time like this. Keeping those legs bent, your ribs pulling down in the opposite direction to the ceiling without momentum, lifting up the head. Now sometimes straightening the legs will help. Gives you a little bit more of a longer angle and a longer anchor point. So again, the full roll up is stretch forward, pulling abs in and up. Again, I'm going to put those brakes on with my abs. Let's see if I can get down and one vertebrae at a time. And exhale. So let's do one more. It's a very important movement, so don't rush this roll up. And back to the ceiling. Really trying to push my legs down to help me anchor as I roll forward. Okay, so we're going to roll down for the leg circles. With the right knee bent into the chest, the other leg bent or straight. Okay, again, anchoring is very important. Whatever feels best for you, hold that knee to chest, stretch it. Okay, get that neck nice and long and shoulder blades down, and lift up the leg, and let's stretch it a few times with as straight of a leg as you can. So hands down by your side, pressing again the palms down. Arms are firmly planted into the mat. So you're going to circle, cross, around, up, one. Cross. So all those anchor points too. I'm trying to move my leg and lift it up with my abdominal muscles. And then I'm going to reverse. One, up. Out, around, up, two. If your leg is bent, try not to move the leg. That bent leg stays anchored. And one more. The lower it goes, or the bigger you make them, the more challenging it is to anchor. Also speed too. So we're kind of at that moderate, medium speed. Okay, lift up, stretch it. Leg stays up. If it's a little tight in your hamstring or leg, just bend it a little bit. Don't make it grip so hard. And do your circles a little softer near your leg. You don't want the front of your thigh to grip too much, or your hip. You want to feel that leg just feel heavy and stretch away from you. So 5 is good enough. And reverse. Usually exhale on the way up. Exhale, lift up. And bend my knee into my chest and lower it down. Roll up slow again with that one vertebrae at a time. And roll like a ball is next for lifting to get into position. We lift the bottom up to our heels so we have room to roll back. Hands around either the ankle, the shin, behind the knee. Relax your shoulders and first balance. The C curve of your spine. So you want from the top of your head down to your tail, rounding in your back. Take an inhale and roll back. And exhale, roll forward. You can most certainly just hold the balance. Exhale up. So let's do 4 more. Exhale up. Abs are your brakes. 1 more. And plant your feet. So now we are into the abdominal series of 5 exercises. Again, pace yourself through this movements or through the exercises, and the neck, the head and the neck can come down and up depending on the duration of the movements. So again, we're going to just go through each one slower to really get the focus of each movement a little bit more into our body. So right hand goes to ankle, left hand goes to knee. Extend your left leg out to an angle again, lower or higher, right? Harder is lower. A little easier to get that back down to anchoring it is higher. And then curl up your upper body. So now we're going to switch in a moment with our legs. Curl up, eyes on stomach. Find what angle works for my body to challenge it but make it strong. And then my elbows are pointing out to engage the bicep muscles. So switch. 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 Try to pull the knee into the middle of your body. The hand position helps you do that. Switch. 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 And switch. Tuck both knees in. Again, arms and legs are going to reach up at the same time. So let go of the legs. Arms and legs on your inhale. And then in your exhale, you pull your arms down, bend your knees in and pull in. So again, inhale, I pause, and then I exhale. So there's that dynamic part. Inhale, push, exhale, pull. Okay, so inhale, reach, exhale, pull, and inhale, stretch up, around, exhale, pull. Okay, so again, with head up or down, right leg, grab onto that right leg with the straight leg, lower down the left leg, and we got 8 of these straight legs to switch. If you can straighten that leg, push your leg into your hands. So I'm trying to push my leg up. My anchor points are the tip of the shoulder blades down to the edge of my seat. And that way, when I go quicker, pull, 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 I have an anchor to help me do that. Okay, so bend the knees in just for a moment. I'll lower my head down. We're going to go into double straight leg. So hand on top of hand behind the back of the neck. Again, you want to curl up to get the upper body up, legs up. If it gets too challenging, lower the head and bring your hands by your side. So lower, and then exhale up. So I watch my abdominal muscles. I want to make sure they stay anchored and they don't push away from, they don't rise up or push away. And one more. Exhale up. Crisscross is our last one. So we're going to bend the right knee in and left leg out. Curl up your upper body. And you're trying to lift up and twist. And switch. Lift up and twist. As somebody's trying to pull this elbow forward. And switch. And my other elbow's going back. And switch. And come down. Roll up to sitting. So your spine stretch forward. Again, we want to feel every vertebrae trying to peel off an imaginary wall. We want to, again, if legs feel a little tight, bending the knees as you're rounding forward. We want the spinal movement again, most important part. So inhale, and then we exhale. And then we inhale and we roll back up. So pretend like your arms are pressing into something and pulling in and up with your abs, right? So inhale, and then feel like you're just imaginary sliding your arms across the table, but your head is going below the table, and then roll back up. A lot of image words, but those are going to help you try to get a little bit more out of the movement. And one more. All right, so we're working on a balance and a rolling exercise again for open leg rocker. I'm going to bend the knees. I'm going to scoot a little bit more forward so the viewpoint, you can see me clearly. So we're going to hold on again, either at the front of our ankles. Again, you can grab side of your calves or legs like this, or behind the back of the thigh. Okay. Again, our goal is to really sit up tall and extend both legs as straight as possible. So I'm looking up, I'm spotting something in front of me, I'm holding up my back straight with my head lifting up, and now we're going to roll back and lift up. So again, it's that finding that balance again, as tall as you can get your back, and then rocking back again. And really lifting up through the chest with the shoulder blades pulling down your back. And we'll do one more. There we go. And we're going to bring the legs together. So if you can concentrate on balancing, climbing down the legs, now you're into your corkscrew. So again, pressing strong down through the arms, another anchor point. Abs are pulling down. Again, soften the knees if you're tight. Make sure again that you're making a circle to the right, left, around, and then back to center. To the left, down, around, to the right, and back center. So go a little quicker. Inhale, around, exhale, stop. Left, around, over, stop. Bend the knees into your chest. Corkscrew number 2, if you'd like to attempt this, is to try to get your seat to lift up and go up a few vertebrae and then come down. So again, we're going to hike a little over and lift, not going into our neck, circle, and then hike up a little bit, roll back down. Last one. And bend the knees into the chest. Rolling up to a sitting position again for the saw. Feet again are trying to push out straight and flex. Arms are out to the sides. Still make sure that you can see them as you inhale and twist. And then the arms are going to scissor. You got one arm tucking down and back. The other arm reaching pinky finger to pinky toe. Inhale up, center, twist. Notice that this arm tucks down and back, but this arm's reaching and this arm's reaching in opposite directions. There's a lot to think about, so inhale, twist, and think about now pulling your belly button back to your spine. So we talked about opposition, and as you twist, my arm's reaching forward, but my abdominal muscles are pulling back. So it's that tug of war feeling, and up. So we'll do one more twist. And the last thing to think about is pinning those hips and not letting your hips rock off of the mat or lift off of the mat. Bring the legs together and we're onto the stomach. So we're going to turn around onto the belly. The neck roll again is getting your hands to find a spot where when you press up, we're trying to arch that upper back, not get into our lower backs.
So we want the heels together, toes apart.
So I'm pulling my shoulder blades down my back. I'm lifting up
my head and my chest. I find where I can get more of that upper back to work harder. Okay, stomach is still pulling in, and I'm going to look to the right, and I'm going to do big neck roll and center, and then look to the left. And come down. And now I'm into single leg kicks, where I'm going to make that fist to fist position and really think about pressing down my forearms and trying to hold my body up and forward. So again, now I'm stretching the front of my abdomen. My head and my chest are lifted up. I'm looking up, and I'm going to pull with a loose foot. And inner thighs are glued together. Bottom is engaging to get me to pull my leg towards me. Pull, 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 pull. You will get better the more you practice. And last one. And come down. We're going to take our hands by our chest and just flex the feet, come up to your hands and knees, pull your abdominal muscles in, and just sit back. And now we're into two more exercises on your stomach, which is double leg kick, and then we're going to go into swimming. So we're going to come back down again, turn our head to one side, take your hands either by your side, long and extended, or up on your back with your elbows still touching the mat. So again, engaging those abdominal muscles, legs glued together. You pull 1, 2, try not to let your hips lift. Try to keep your hip bones pressing down. 3, and then at the same time my legs go down, lift your upper body and chest up, but your feet are pressing into the mat. So we hold, 2, 3, and we're going to turn the other way. 1, 2, 3, and lift, 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 and come down. And 1, 2, 3, and lift. If you're flexible, you can grab at your thumbs, glue those together, and then just keep hovering the arms above the seat. And then you got one more. 2, 3, and lift, lift, lift. Take again, hands here. Okay, we're going to just do a quick, actually hands touch up in hands, and then we're going to do a quick leg movement exercise before swimming. So we're here, we're going to take one leg and you're going to lift it up, you're going to bend the knee, you're going to lower the leg, and then you're going to bring it down. So lift the leg, bend the knee, lower the knee, and then the leg. One more, lift the leg, bend the knee, lower the knee, and lower the leg. Switch legs, lift the leg, bend the knee, lower the knee, lower the foot, lift the whole leg, bend the knee, lower the knee, lower the foot. Last one, lift the leg, bend the knee, lower the knee, and lower the foot. So we're going to switch legs again. We're going to do the reverse of that. So we're going to bend the knee, lift the knee, extend the leg, and lower. Bend the knee, lift the knee, extend, and lower. Bend the knee, lift the knee, straighten, and lower. Switch legs. Bend the knee, lift the knee, extend, and lower. Bend the knee, lift it, extend it, and lower, and lift, and bend. Oh, sorry, we gotta change that. Bend and lift and extend and come down. Okay, now for swimming. So that just helps develop that lifting of those legs, getting them stronger. So your attempt at swimming is to breathe 3 breaths really long. We're going to try to lift arms and legs in alternation. Okay, alternating the arm and the leg. So we lift up, head out of the water, pick an arm to lift and then the opposite leg to lift, and then begin trying to swim back and forth, up and down. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, straight arms, straight legs, exhale, and come down. So hands by your chest, sit back one more time to those heels. One more time, seat to heels, round the spine, get a good stretch. Move both hands over to the right. Keep your hips stacked. Move both arms over to the left. And just get that side stretch and come back up. So we're going to turn around. And we're going to work on our spine twist. So our legs are glued together. Feet flexed, arms out to the side. We're going to inhale. And we're going to twist. And we're going to exhale. You're giving your best effort to use less momentum and more breath and torso movement. And last one. And then we're going to come down. We're going to move into our side kick series. The two that I picked today are the bicycle and then the inner thigh lifts. Okay, so we're going to lay on our side again. If you have a mat or a beach towel, make sure that you scoot back to the very edge. Make that line an important line because that way your body lays on it. And then you prop either your head up, you can bring your head down onto a towel, hand towel works just fine. So whatever, again, feels comfortable. And then both feet are to the front. I just put my feet to the carpet and I stack heel on top of heel. Again, legs are anchored and glued together, and then my other hand is just down into my waist. So again, if this hand gets in the way because you have more mobility or more flexibility to move that leg forward, just slide it a little bit more in front of you. So the leg lifts up to hip level. The leg goes to the front. Then you bend the knee in to the chest. Now you move the knee back. The whole foot goes back. Now don't move the knee forward as you extend the leg. Okay, and again, to the front, knee to chest. Again, don't rush this. Knee goes all the way back, and then I'm extending it. And I'm really trying to plant that other leg. So to the front, knee to chest, take it back, and extend. Okay, so we're going to reverse that. Take the leg back. Now don't move the knee forward. Your goal is to try to pull the foot back to you. Now you're going to come forward. Same thing here. Don't move the knee as you extend. Go back again. Try to get the foot to feel relaxed. The muscles are working all the way up through the hips, into the seat, into the waistline. Those are those muscles that you want to use the most. And last one, back. Bend it without moving it forward yet. Take it now forward and out. Okay, so some other just quick stretches are when you have the knee bent, you can grab behind it and stretch it out. Just a few. You can also grab the leg back here and give it a little bit more of a stretch. Okay, so again, from here now, inner thigh lifts. So we're going to take this top leg again. We're going to point the knee up to the ceiling And that foot now plants down in front of us. So you're going to take your hand behind the back of the ankle and try to anchor that foot down. That kneecap is trying to point up. Okay, so from here, lift or take the leg back a little bit, the leg that's straight now, toes pointing down, heels lifted, okay? And you lift the leg up as high as you can, higher, and bring it down. And then again, try to lift it up as high as you can, and then bring it down. Now you're going to do circles. So lift it up as high as you can, circle the leg, 1 up, circle the leg, 2 up, and circle the leg, 3 up. Now reverse the circles. Up 1, up 2, and around up 3. And lower down the leg. Top leg goes to bottom leg. And we're going to sit up. We're going to change sides. So again, right hip now down. Elbow props up, the head. Make sure that again your neck is not tucked or crooked or turned. Facing in front of you to elongate the neck. And both feet are to the front of your mat now. Pilates stance so that one heel is up. And I'm going to lift just to hip level the top leg. Front, knee into chest. Take the leg back. Keep the knee in level with the hip. And extend. And again to the front. Bend the knee in to chest. Okay, so really get the juice squeezed out of this exercise. Taking your time. And last one. It's really good to strengthen up through the hips and center. And now we reverse. So we go back, keep it level as best you can, and in and forward. Again, we're going to go back as far as we can and pause. Now don't move the knee forward. You're trying to pull the leg back. There. So those muscles in the back of the thigh and seat, connect in with those if you can. Reach back one last time. Now I'm going to really engage the back of the legs. There you go, the back of that leg to get that to work a little bit deeper and forward. And again, just grab it. Do some stretches. And then take it back. You got healthy knee. And give it a good stretch back. And then we're going to do our inner thighs. So we got this leg to bend up and forward. Planting that foot. I want that knee as up as you can, and then the hand wraps behind the back of that ankle and around. It bolts it down. Okay, slide the bottom leg back a little bit. Again, it's the toe pointing down, the heel up. Harder side again, and we got a circle or ellipse as high as you can. So hold, 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 and come down. And again, lift, hold. I am trying to push that foot down. It's another anchor point and lower. And now we got those circles. Around, up 1, around, up 2, and around, up 3. In reverse, around, up 1, around, up 2, and around, lift 3. And come down. So top leg goes down to bottom leg. And we're going to come up to a sitting position again. So our new insert today of an exercise that we haven't tried yet is called the snake. So we are working on folding and we're working on arching. So we want the spine to round, and now we want the spine in this exercise to also arch.
We want to come back to rounding it again. There's a little bit of a upper body rotation and twist. So it should feel like for some of you that feel a little tighter in that upper back and spine, feels really good if you've been sitting in a computer, typing, working at a desk or office. So we have legs I'm going to be facing you. So what we're going to do first is keep the legs stacked a little bit and bent, okay? They're just bent a little bit in front. And then I'm going to take my right hand. So if my right hip is down, my right hand is just going to reach out from my hip out a little bit at a comfortable spot, okay? And then that other hand is going to reach on a diagonal a little farther. So as you notice, my right hand's back a little farther, my left hand's a little bit more in front of me, okay? So I'm first gonna look up, that's that twist feeling. So head and chest up first, and now when I push up to my hands and my feet, I'm going to pike up. So my seat's gonna lift and my head's gonna tuck chin to chest. So here I go, lifting up. You can watch the first one. I'm into this pike. And now I'm going to exhale and I'm going to push through my hands and my feet. And I'm going to exhale. I might have to adjust a little bit just so that I'm not going past my shoulders with my wrists. And then I'm going to pike back up. Feel those abdominal muscles. And I just turn my knees to face you again. And then I'm back into that same position. So I'm going to do it 2 more times. You can join in with me if you like. And we're going to inhale, and I'm going to cue that breath when we move into the exhale. Okay, so first we start with that inhale. So inhale, we push down into Pilates stance with my feet. Chin to chest. Exhale, I'm going to push. And I'm going to go forward. And then I'm going to chin to chest. Roll up, and then I'm going to exhale and look up. It's a great exercise, good twisting, good breathing. Okay, one more. So inhale up, and now exhale, and now inhale back up. And exhale and look up and just get that twist, chest open and lifted. Okay, so really good to get that extension out of that upper back. Okay, so we're going to change sides. Let's do the setup just slow so you can understand the hand position and the hip position. So I'm going to put my hip my left hip now is sitting down. My knees are facing you forward, right? And my feet are just a little tucked and bent here. And then again, left hand finds a comfortable-ish spot, maybe about a foot away from my left hip. Okay, and that's gonna draw a line here. Other hand, gonna reach, and it should be a stretch feeling for you to now lift up your head and your chest and twist here, okay? So now we're going to inhale, and I'm going to pike up. So I'm going to lift up the knees. Inhale. Exhale, and check that your shoulders don't go too far past the wrist. And then I'm going to chin to chest. Inhale up, and turn and face you with the knees tucking towards you. Okay, head and chest up. And we're going to inhale again. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale up. And turn. And up with the chest, right? We don't get enough of that lift, right? So from here, we're going to do one more. Inhale up. So again, think about your spine being like that snake-like feeling of getting that articulation. So again, inhale. I'm going to really think about the spine now. Tuck my chin, roll up, get into that pike,
I'm going to drop down into my pelvis first, hips, and now the last thing is my head up, and now I'm going to bring my chin to my chest, and then peel up again, and then turn and sit. And let's look up one more time. If you can, maybe get a little closer, you feel a little tight. Okay? So great exercise. It's got breath, it's got rotation, it's hands and feet. Again, if hands and wrists don't agree with you with that, just modify it a little bit. You could probably try a little bit of forearm movement. Just get into that pike and then turn. So just play around with that at home. It's a great exercise to incorporate if you can. Okay, so we're gonna finish it up with, let's roll a little bit first, and then we're gonna finish it up with some dynamic plank movement. And that's where if you have that hand weight or that sandbag or bag of rice, grab that after we do our rolling exercise here. So we have the seal. Again, the feet are together, knees are shoulder width apart. Just slice your hands down to the edge of your heels. Then open your hands so that you can slide and just hold on to the side of your heel. Okay? So now we're going to pick up the feet. We're back to that C curve again. So round the back, and we're going to open and close from the hips. So the hips do the movement. 1, 2, 3. Notice if you feel when you do the seal, unlike when you started with rolling like a ball, if your spine got a little bit more limber. So pick up on those. So if you would like to do the claps overhead, we're going to do 2 more. You can try to clap 3 times overhead. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to now grab that hand weight or sandbag and go into your dynamic plank. So I'm going to add a little bit of the Pilates walking out to your plank. You do not have to walk out to do that. But I'll just give you that as an option. And then I'm just going to bring my weight out in front of me here. So I'm going to start standing, but by all means, you can go into your plank position with the sandbag just between your hands would be a good spot to put it at. Again, if planking is hard for you, go to your hands and your knees, and you can move that sandbag in all different directions, which I'll show you in just a moment. So I'm going to add that standing up position with Pilates stance, and I'm going to walk out to my sandbag. So arms lift up overhead, pull the abdominal muscles in and up, and you're going to bow down. And then you're going to walk out, and I'm going to find my plank. Okay? So I'm going to have a little bit of heels apart now, balls in my feet, and get as plank-like as you can, right? Without the bottom lifting up. So I'm going to reach my sandbag, and now I'm going to slide it back to one foot. I'm going to always use the other hand. So I'm going to always go back to plank, and then I'm going to reach for it again and slide it into another place and plant my hand and come back to plank. Now it's my other hand having to reach for it. I'm going to slide it now as far over as I can. Come back to plank. Reach with my other hand. Slide it over. Come back to plank. Okay. Reach. I'm going to slide it over and come back to plank. So there's really no way for you to go wrong on just moving it in different places. And then just taking your time to get Back to plank each time. Goal would be about a minute or longer. Maybe one more. Then I'm gonna walk back. And roll up to standing. So that's your challenge for maybe these next few days. Try to do some dynamic plank movements. Grab something so that you can grip, use that grip strength. Does strengthen the wrists and the hands. Bent legs or straight legs, so you can go to those all fours and just attempt that. And just see how that feels and see if you can build your endurance. And we will see, hopefully, you guys on Thursday. So keep joining in during this time. And I just hope that the Pilates workout makes you feel better, that you can move a little bit easier for the rest of your day. So thank you for joining me. Thanks, Adventure Rock, for hosting me and having me. Stay tuned. We'll see you next, actually, we'll see you Thursday if you can make it.